Okay, last but not least, I got my air signs. Woo, it's hot in here. So we're just doing, what's coming up for the month of October for air signs. So I'm going to do, this is going to be for Libra for month of October. What is coming up for Libra? So we have a death card coming up here. So there's some sort of transformation. So the death card doesn't mean, well, it can mean a physical death, which can spark a transformation. This is a kind of an energetic transformation. You're going from one way of being to another. We've got this kind of, this cauldron is like boiling, and we've got this skull, which is like representative of death, but also knowledge. There's knowledge in that transformation, in that death. And when, we have a death, there's always follows, a rebirth. So we might be having some kundalini as well. We have the snake here, that serpent energy. I feel like there's going from one way of being into another. There's some sort of transformation that's there. I feel like you're going through a energetic death, and there's going to be, a new beginning out of that. So October is going to be, one for you might be having a little bit of maybe chaos, a little bit of things to be shaking up a little bit, but it's for a reason. It's because part of you is kind of dying. It's being, it's no longer serving you. But it's to help you into a new expression of energy. And it's going to give you some wisdom, I think, in that. You're cutting away. See, we have like the scythe here. We're kind of cutting away the energetic ties, nothing that, things that don't serve us anymore, and transforming out of that process. Let's see here what else is coming up for Libra. Libra. Yes. So I just had this one for Aries, actually. So a jewel within a teardrop. So appreciation, spiritual and emotional reconnection. Number 10, see how we have 10 and it's like a death? No, 10 is like it's a ending. There's an ending. I feel like you're coming out of a period maybe where you were feeling some pain. Maybe you're feeling emotionally drained, because we have this teardrop energy. So it's like this sadness, this loss, maybe this grief. I feel like you're finding the treasure within that, within those emotions. You're having appreciation for the journey. That's kind of like the wisdom, is having appreciation for the journey, even whenever we're going through something that is very hard, that can be very painful, heartbreaking. We're having appreciation for the things that, for the journey itself, but also the things that we still have in our lives, that we have that are more on that lighter side, that are more of our blessings, right? So you're finding the wisdom, you're finding the treasure within all of the things that you kind of have been through, if they've been really heavy. And I think you're starting to see that. So we have this energy of death, where I feel like there's a death to this energy of maybe feeling sad, maybe feeling alone, maybe feeling some sort of emotional pain. I feel like there's a death in that. And I feel like you're going to find and realize why you had to go through those things to put you where you are today. I feel like you're going to find the treasure in that pain. And then I feel like you're going to have appreciation for the journey even more. And that's kind of part of like spiritual maturity as well. Like we have that emotional reconnection. I feel like you're going to come into more maturity spiritually and emotionally. Because once we realize that the things that we went through were all for a reason, they were part of our path for a reason, then we can have the appreciation for them. And I'm not saying that that's easy. That is, you know, emotional. That's spiritual maturity. Let's see what else is coming up. But there's definitely an ending. Definitely some sort of death, a way of being, a thinking it even could be. And we've got number 22 here, so harmony. So yeah, I feel like we're really being called to that balance, having that balance. And what was that, Libra? Yeah, of course, Libra, all about balance, that balance and harmony, keeping that harmony. You know, and I feel like that jewel too is like, it's coming from the heart. It's that love, finding kind of the love within the pain. Finding the purpose within the pain. But I feel like we're being called to, you know, harmony, balance, you know, and it's saying spiritual and emotional reconnection. So I feel like, you know, number 2 is kind of like our partnerships. So I feel like that is like, you're going to have some harmony with your emotions, and you're going to have more spiritual harmony, you know, after this death process or during this death process. But you're being called to have some harmony in it, because the death isn't an easy process. A lot of things are going to be brought up through the death process to be shed and let go, because it no longer serves us. We're not carrying it with us. So you're really being called to, you know, have some stability. I feel like with the 2, and then we got the 4, but have some harmony. And I feel like too, it's like we have this energy on this card. It's like almost like a reflection, where we've got like the 2 and the 2 here. But also it's like, I feel like we might have been disconnected before, because like this energy, like, see, as you can see on this card, like this side has like some, I don't know if you can see that, it's some colors on it, and this side has none. It's almost like we had that, you can kind of see it a little bit better in the light. It's almost like we're being reconnected and something's lighting up in us again. We're seeing the beauty of life. We're seeing the beauty within ourselves, within our journey. And I feel like, you know, there's that's what that wisdom is, that wisdom in there. So it looks like you're being called to harmony, to have that, to find that balance, to find that peace, within your emotions, and, you know, that balance within your spiritual and material world. But you're going through a transformation. There is a death that's happening. I feel like your heart, is going to be able to heal, and also it's going to project that out onto others. Let's see here, what animal card. I feel like your inner world is going to be more harmonious, and that's going to help your outer world, because our inner world, or outer world, is a reflection of our inner world. That's like the reflection again there. Let's see here. And I'm not saying that's easy in the process of death. It's hard to find the appreciation for the journey in it. So I have the fox, clever. So it says here, you are swift and smart. We got that air energy. So yeah, it's like that swift. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. So yeah, there might be, yeah, we got this heart energy too here. So it's like, yeah, they're in your relationships. I feel like there might be some harmony, some balance. You know, it's saying here, be open to romance. Because sometimes when we're going through such a death period, or like, you know, a really sad time or a heartache, it's hard to bring any of that energy in, you know, because we're so in our feelings, and we're so in our emotions, that it kind of blocks everything else out from coming in. I feel like it's saying here, yeah, be open to it, have your heart open. You know, you got this big heart energy. So it's like opening your heart again after maybe a time of pain. Don't be scared to open up your heart. There is a jewel within there. There is a treasure within your journey. I feel like it's going to give you more appreciation for it as well. But yeah, it's saying here, always listen to your instincts. So listen to that, you know, that voice inside, that inner voice. But it's saying as well, you know, solutions to your problems are easily found. So yeah, it looks like here, if we're looking, you know, if we are listening to our inner voice, you'll be able to find, you know, solutions easily. Having appreciation too, I feel like, is going to help you find solutions. So we've got this kind of very loving energy here with this fox, but you are clever. I feel like you have that it's saying you have this like swiftness about you. You are able to take on your challenges easily. But I feel like this one you might be a little bit stuck on. There might be some energy that we're now looking within. We're now looking within and seeing the reason why you had to go through the pain. But you be open to love. You know, be open to, you know, those possibilities again, without shutting down your heart. So I'm going to see one more card. I think I'm going to friggin' bake out here. We got... freedom. So you're uncaging. Yeah, you're gonna uncage yourself. I feel like there's some, you're gonna, that this is the death. I feel like the death is going to unshackle you from maybe your emotions. You're going to find your freedom again. You're going to find that, you know, harmony. And it's saying number 25. So number 7. So yeah, there's an initiation. I feel like that's kind of your new beginning, is freedom. You're going to find that freedom. I feel like you're seeing through some truths. We've got this, these eyes on this dragonfly. You're going to see a truth to the situation. That I feel like, yeah, you're going to have appreciation for the journey, because you're going to be seeing the truth of why you had to go through everything that you had to go through. I feel like this is liberating you. It's giving you freedom. This death part, it has to happen in order for that to die and to be, you know, cut away. It doesn't serve you anymore. It's leading you to freedom. It's leading you to harmony, to peace. I feel like that's what's coming up for you this month here, Libras. You'll have to let me know. Thanks.